Hey, so if you remotely follow me at all, I'm a huge cold shower finish advocate, meaning taking a regular shower and then just finishing it off with cold water for 1 to 3 minutes. I have several videos on that, so I won't go too much into it, but I do think it is, I know it's the ultimate mood enhancer, and I also believe it's the number one cravings overcomer. And also number one sobriety trick, because it's embracing the discomfort and doing a hard thing every day, which is what recovery is all about, in addition to spiritual growth and personal development. Anyway, just so happened on Sunday, I had taken a series of quick cold showers, and I left my the tub blocked so that the water would accumulate in the tub, because my feet are always hot, so I would often take a cold foot bath at the end of the night. So I had no intention of ever trying a cold bath, essentially doing a cold plunge in the bathtub. I do want to go to a cold plunge place, but I never planned to try it at home. I said the cold shower is enough. But I realized I had a good amount of water kind of built up that was pretty cold, added some more to it, and I came home Sunday night from playing pickleball and said, I'm going to do it. And I was actually really kind of nervous, intimidated, whatever, put off by it. I checked the temperature. It was only 67 degrees, which is not that low. Cold plunges are typically, they say for beginners, go 55 to 65. And then once you're in used to doing it 50 to 59 degrees. So this was even on the high end warmer side. So anyway, I cranked my music, the Rocky IV soundtrack, No Easy Way Out, best motivational song. And I just did it. I just jumped in. It was definitely felt freezing at first, but I got used to it fairly quickly, although I wouldn't say it was enjoyable. And I was wishing I was in the shower. I had a buddy wonder if the cold shower is harder because it's constantly, new cold water coming in, whereas in the tub, it's going to warm up a little bit from your body. But I would much prefer to have been kind of twirling around and dancing around as I do in the shower. Instead, I was just kind of lying back, didn't put my head underneath initially. Thank God for that cranked music. I wasn't hyperventilating as I do in the shower to really get used to it. I didn't even think of that, but I'm not sure I really needed it. Eventually, I turned over and I went down head first, went underneath. That was actually easier, being fully submerged and, held my breath as long as I could, 30, 60 seconds. And I did that a few times, and I made it through not one, but 2 songs. So it was around 6-7 minutes. They say you want to do at least 3 to 5 minutes, at least 3 minutes of cold exposure. So it was a great experience. I got out. I was so proud of myself for having done it, and didn't do it the next day, did my regular cold shower finish. But also the next day, I had taken a series. I'm now an addict. I say I'm a dopamine fiend. I'm a fiend just getting those hits from the shower. I've always said it's like a magic dopamine machine. And I had been kind of up to two a day, but now I was hitting about 3 a day. So water built up again. I said, I'm going to do it again. This time I even took some ice from the fridge to bring the temperature down a little bit. I did basically the same thing I just described, but this time when I essentially turned back around after I went in fully submerged, I even just laid there with my head, up on the floor of the tub, and I started shivering. And then I remembered my friend Carrie mentioning, there's a podcast, maybe Mel Robbins, talking about the benefits of shivering. So I embraced that for the whole thing, five minutes or so. And it was brutal. Shivering it's like, why am I doing this to myself? But I knew it had benefits that I've since Googled. Pretty amazing. Shivering is an involuntary reflex to prevent hypothermia. And when your skin sensors detect a rapid drop in temperature, your brain triggers rapid muscle contractions and relaxations, which burn energy and produce heat. And it says it can increase your metabolic heat production as much as 4 or 5 times your normal rate. So in terms of benefits, it boosts your metabolism to the point, it says studies have shown shivering for just 15 minutes can produce levels of fat-burning hormone comparable to an hour of moderate exercise. So recap, 15 minutes of shivering, same as an hour of exercise. Which would you prefer? Tough call. It activates brown fat, which is the tissue that burns calories to generate heat. So repeated mild cold exposure can increase the amount of brown fats in adults, potentially aiding in weight management. So, and it has a bunch of other benefits, including people with diabetes. It increases cellular resistance and reduces inflammation, which is huge. Big part of aging is inflammation. And reducing that is a huge key to life. Biohackers talk about it all the time. So what did I do today? I did another one, added even more ice that got the temperature down to about 63 degrees. I'm going to have to start stockpiling ice to get it lower. And we'll see. And again, I shivered even longer. The whole thing, I was probably in there at least 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. Half just doing the cold exposure and then turning around, lying down on my back and just shivering. And yeah, the music definitely helped. I can't imagine doing without it. And again, I felt so proud of myself, just like with the showers. I did a hard thing sober. I embraced the tension, embraced the fear. I really did fear cold plunges. And now I got to go to a place and try it for real, but probably not till little later in the fall here when I get some time. So I guess that'll do it. You got to challenge yourself and do hard things every day. Stronger, sober. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks.